Jesus, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So
it's your world, we can do what you like. Your song is playing.
hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you see the title and you're like, okay, Erica, what is the tea? What happened? So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened real quick, because this is some crazy stuff. This is just a PSA for everybody who goes out of town. Fix my shirt, make sure I'm looking right on camera. This is for anybody who goes out of town, who's going out of the country. Be safe, because when you're with your girlfriends, it's a different dynamic. You have to be sure that you watching your surroundings, you know where you're going, you know the experience that you want to have, and you plan it, and that's how it goes. Because sometimes when you just go on a whim, it does not end up going the right way. Okay, so like backstory. We wanted to go to Paris and London as a graduation gift to ourselves. So, okay, so after college, we purchased the tickets. I used my tax money, okay? Because I'm like, yeah, I need to say the rest of that. So this tax money is going straight to this. So we go on this trip to Paris and London. Paris was 3 days, and London was 3 days as well. Went to London first. London was great. It was so-so. I mean, I probably wouldn't go back. I didn't really too much care for the food. I don't know, sorry, don't bash me, anybody from London watching. I just really didn't like it. Then the people were cool. I just think that it wasn't the experience I was expecting in London, because I didn't know, like, in London, like, it's just always gloomy to me. Like, it's never like sunshine and bright, and that's the type of places I would like to go. But anyway, other than that, great experience. Probably wouldn't go again, but I would recommend other people go. So, and I will be posting some pictures, you know, if you guys want to see, I'll put them in the video. But anyway, so in Paris, get to Paris, we're so excited because London was all gloomy, ready to experience the sun. We're ready to just let our hair down and just enjoy ourselves. So we're in Paris. The first experience when I got there, we're tired. It was a long flight. We're tired. We're exhausted. We've been partying in Paris. We've been partying in London. We get to Paris and it's just like, okay, cool. Now on to our next destination. So we get off this flight. Okay, so we're deciding, like, if we want to do Uber, if we want to do Lyft, or what. So as we're looking on our phones, we're seeing, like, it's so expensive to get to our hotel from the airport. So while we're talking to the front desk agent, he tells us, like, it'll be cheaper if you take the transit, which is the bus. So we're like, okay, you know, the shuttle. We're like, okay, cool. So he tells us what the shuttle was. So we go outside to the shuttle in the front. It was a long walk over there. So we go outside to the front of the shuttle, and while we're over there, okay, so like we actually missed our bus. So we chugging these big old suitcases, and we like missed the bus. So at this point I'm like, oh my God. So the guy sees us running for this bus, and he's like, no, don't run. I taxi, I can get you taxi. And I'm like, okay. And we're like, okay, we're tired at this point. We're trying to run in. We're just like, okay, he's gonna get us a taxi. So he's like, come over here. So we go over there, and like he's like kind of like a little further from where the transit was, but we're still in the airport. So we go towards where he is, and he talks to his friend. And okay, so while he's talking to his friend, like, I'm like, this is super shady. Like, why does he keep looking at his friend and then looking at us and then look at his friend again? And I'm like, all those cues already weren't registering. But we went over there and everything. It's 10 minutes later, and at this point I'm like, everything starts clicking, and I'm starting to see stuff more. I'm like, he doesn't have a badge, he doesn't have any paperwork, he doesn't have anything he can show us. So then he's like telling us to go. He's like, okay, your taxi here, but you're gonna have to go down there, and it's like far in like a corner, and he's like, go over there, and that's where your taxi will meet you. Mind you, I look over there, and all I see is these men in this car, and it's a dark area. Nobody's over there. I don't know if this is like the part of the airport where that's where they do their shady business, honey, but I was not ready for this shady business. So me and my friends are walking. We walking over there. Because, you know, they was cool with it. I think we was just all out of it. But we was walking over there. And like immediately, like I like stopped in my tracks, and I'm like, hold up. I'm seeing flashbacks to when I saw the movie Taken. All I can imagine is his daughter getting taken. She went with the guy who said they could pick them up as a taxi. I'm picturing them coming back to my hotel room, and they snatching us, and they taking us to get sold in this in the sex slave trade. I'm thinking about getting drugged, honey. At this point, I'm like, Jesus. Jesus, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What am I do? What am I do? So at this point, I'm like, flight, let's go. So I'm like, and my friends are like, what's wrong? And it was like, you're not with it? And I was like, no, I'm not with it. I'm not getting good energy, good vibes, nothing. And they're like, cool, we're not gonna do it. Because they must have been getting good bad vibes too. Because like they stopped too, and they looked at me and they were like, you're not with it? Like looking like, because I ain't either. So at this point, like we stop walking and we go in the airport again. Okay, so as we're going to the airport, the guy's like trying to track us down, trying to say, you know, one taxi, because we walked away. And I'm just like, no, with these 2 suitcases just tagging, no. So we go to the airport and we go to like so we see a police officer, and the police officer's right there, and I'm like, hi, where's taxi? And he's like, he really couldn't speak good English. And for the life of me, I was so upset at that point, because I'm like, why? You're a police officer. You need to learn like a lot of language if you're going to work at the airport. If you're going to work at the airport, you need to know something, like something at least this way, taxi, like basic words. Like I knew, which I was my fault too, because I'm in Paris and I need to learn some French, okay, at this point. And I was mad at him, but I'm mad at me more because I didn't look at this book that should have taught me how to speak French. Okay, I didn't get the Rosetta Stone, and I was mad at this point. Anyway. So I'm going to the front desk because he couldn't speak English. I'm so flustered. I'm emotional. I'm scared. And the guy's still following us. So we go to the front. After he saw us talking to the police officer, he like backed off. But when he saw us walking still, he's like trying to catch up. And I'm like, okay, what is the issue? He really has to be like a serial killer or somebody that's in this sex slave trade. Okay. So at this point, like I'm walking to the front desk. Front desk agent says, you know, I said, are they taxi? Are they taxi? And he's like, no, taxi's over here. And he says it with such a bad attitude. He's like, no, taxi's over here. And I'm like, okay. And like, I'm so over it at this point. So I'm like, okay, where's taxi? So he's like all the way down there to the left. So as we're walking, so the man, I don't know if he like left, but we're walking and like, we almost out the door, and another man comes up to us and was like, my friend said you want taxi, and he's like trying to text somebody but talking to us, but you're not trying to let us go through. And I'm like super scared at this point. I'm like, no, and I'm steady tagging along this suitcase. We all tagging along this suitcase, okay? This suitcase is with us. So we like trying to roll it fast, and we get out to where the taxi's supposed to be, right? We see these big men, fat men. They got the taxi speedometer, whatever it is, on top of the car. Inside the car, on top of the head dashboard. And we like see all of them like that. And we're like, okay, we're at the right location. This is the taxi. We're like, taxi? He's like, yeah. We get in the car. We see all the information. Everything's great. So long story short, girl, we got to our destination. Please learn the language if you go into another country. Learn the language. Just learn basic words, okay? Because at this point, like, we almost got kidnapped, and I thought I was gonna be in this like slave trade. Okay, I was gonna get drugged, and I was gonna get taken at this point. So thank you to the producers of Taken. I learned my lesson. I will never be going to walking with anybody that says they're taxi and they don't have any information. But I'm glad the Lord was on our side. And when we got in that car, we was like, that was nothing but God. Good looking everybody. We made sure everybody, we looked at everybody's, we made sure we were in tune with one another. So if one didn't feel right, the rest ain't gonna do it. It was a great experience. I mean, I'm happy with the people I travel with because we were all in tune with each other. Would I go to Paris again? Probably with my man at this point. Probably with my husband, my man. Like, that's the only time I'm going to go to Paris. Because like, I feel like with women, they try to play you. They really think you're so vulnerable that you're just going to do anything. Plus, I wouldn't go to Paris again with friends because it's like more so of a romantic place. So I just think you should go with the loved one. But other than that, guys, stay woke. Stay alert. Stay progressing and stop stressing.
It's your world, we can do what you like. Your song is